Next tool for those who have graduated from posting pictures of their foods and you feel they're ready to take on the high level of responsibility of actually weighing and tracking their foods in an app. Okay. I can't think of one family member I have that can take on that kind of responsibility. That would stress them the heck out. Okay. So again, just making sure that your client is ready for this level of responsibility. Then we have the tracking app. Now, you may choose to give clients the tracking app if they just want access to the monthly recipe packs. You can also upload those in your Facebook group if you don't want to give them, again, another app to download and learn and all that. If they just want it somewhere to track their weight, cool. Okay, yeah, I can buy that. A lot of your articles are in there. Recipe ideas. But again, and I'm talking from experience, we had a very, very low success rate when we were coaching clients because everyone did macros. They either learned this app or they didn't succeed. Now, that was great. I mean, the people that did choose to learn it did great, but that's the majority of the people are not. That's just too much. Weighing food, tracking food, holy cow, stressing out just thinking about it. So be really careful not putting too much responsibility on your clients. They will get overwhelmed and they will stop using the program.
I'm glad you said that, Jess, because I've been talking to women that have been coming to classes that are already working with someone and are like ready to give up because they are so involved with the macros and they're like, I don't want to do this all the time. And they're frustrated. So that's a very common thing. I'm hearing that really from people lately.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm glad that you said that, Cynthia, and kind of validated it because
they're overwhelmed. It's too much. They're like, I've got all this other stuff going on. I'm trying to, stay true to my goals, but then that's one more thing that they just don't want the responsibility for. And it's developing that funky relationship with food. Like I have to track everything everywhere I go. Right. Yeah.
Right. And I think a lot of coaches, like we weren't bad coaches. I was just like, hey, this is the best way. If you want to see optimal results, then you've got to track and you've got to weigh. Well, that was not meeting them where they're at in life. And that's what a good coach does. A good coach is going to meet the person where they're at in their season of life.
Okay, can we back up on how we get to that part of the app?
Yep. Which part?
The tracking.
Okay, cool. So you just click on the icon. For me, it's bottom right, little M with a tape around it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to back out of it.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go. Okay, so I need to have them to go ahead and download the Macromillionaire app.
Yes, if you want to give them access to the app, yes. And in your onboarding steps, that Jason might know what step it is, you have that. You can literally copy and paste it.
Hey, Jesse, so that sounds like another issue for me right here. Can you show her how to add somebody into the app real quick?
Yes. All right, so I'm your client. I'm ready for tracking. I'm all good. I've used MyFitnessPal before. Heck yeah, man, give me an app. Hit the plus icon in the upper right corner. Admin panel. It's going to be the only one that's yellow. Cool. Then you're going to go to users, plus icon or add user. And you're going to put the name of the user, first and last name. So first name, space, last name. Whatever their email is. And then password, any arbitrary 8-digit password. So I like to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. Then I'm going to hit save. As long as they've already downloaded the app from the from the App Store, they will have an email. It's probably going to go to their junk, where then they will go and click a link and reset their password. And you know what? I think in boards, we have a resource of how to do that process. I know it's in your guys' onboarding. So we have onboarding steps that actually, step 1 and step 2. So if you are giving a client access to this app, we have it built out for you. Cool. Tracking app questions. See more. This is where you're going to find individual meal ideas. This is where you'll find if clients want to favorite a particular meal. Adding a meal will be the plus. Add meal. You can hit the plus, or you can just hit where it says today. You can hit there. It'll take you to your day. Choose what meal you'd like to add. I'm going to go to my favorites, because I have this meal every single day, pretty much. Save it. So it's pretty much going to do what a lot of your other tracking apps do. If I wanted to copy yesterday's meal, I can go to the 3 dots where it says lunch, and it will say copy. So say I want to copy that to today's dinner. Change the date. I am going to add popcorn in for yesterday. All right, what questions do you guys have on the tracking app?
Hey, when you're going from the main page of the app and you click the plus and you click add meal and then choose breakfast, just choose one of your favorites. Okay, and then save. And then save again. Okay, so it's showing it there, and then save again.
Yeah, it did that to, you know what? That I think is a glitch. It did that to me in a demo earlier.
Yeah, it never does save it if you click the plus to put your food in. But if you click today to put your food in, it will save it.
Yes, interesting. So team, when adding a meal, just click today, and I'll have IT fix the plus thing.
Something else that I've run into with several that's kind of confusing for people is when you want to go put your daily goal in. The first time you go to put your daily goal in, the only way it'll do it is if you hit the plus symbol in the top right. And then every time after that, you can modify it down below where it says daily goal. So your very first time, you have to do it with the plus symbol. Otherwise, in front of the main screen.
And guys, this is also a really good point that I'm going to piggyback off Thomas. Let's just say I'm not trying to track. You get it. It's too much responsibility, but I do like the option of having the monthly recipe packs in an app. I like that. I want to go to the months and I want to check out the meal plans. Maybe I want to mess around with just looking up foods and stuff. You will have to give them daily goals. You'll have to put some type of macros in. Okay. So, I mean, if you want to do, body weight times 12 for a dude, body weight times 10 for a female, just something basic, protein 0.8 or 1.2 per kilogram body weight, just something simple, but they have to put protein, carbs, and fats in order for them to look up foods or log foods.
Real quick, Jesse, it's Nick. I don't have the admin panel on mine. How do I get that?
Ooh, you do exactly what you're doing now, and then I write a note on a sticky note, and after this call, you will be secret admin access.
Thanks.
That's Nicholas, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I just didn't make you admin yet, but I got you. Through the admin panel, if you want to add a recipe, you would go to recipe. Now, if you're adding a recipe, you're adding it in for everyone in the master database. So please just make sure that it's an accurately weighed and measured recipe. You'd hit the plus icon and you're going to name that recipe. Tortilla soup or whatever. Okay. Then you're going to build out that recipe. So whatever's in it. All right, so I'm just gonna hit 3 ingredients. I'm not gonna, you just basically build out exactly what the recipe is in it. You're gonna hit continue and then do your quantities of exactly what's in it. Okay, and then where it says add instructions, that's where you're gonna do like cook beef at 275 degrees or whatever the instructions are, like that you would see in a cookbook. You can add as many instructions as you need. Whoa. Sorry about that. Someone was calling. Okay. So you can add as many instructions as you need, and then you could also upload a photo, which we encourage you to do, of that particular recipe. And then you would hit save, and now that recipe is permanently saved under recipes. I didn't save it, but another hack, because right now, let's say I go to recipes and let's say I'm like, ooh, high protein chicken salad. Whoever add this in, this is great. Okay. But it looks like this chicken salad feeds like 4. So if I were going to log this chicken salad for today and hit copy meal, and I say I wanted to add it to lunch, you have to change the date, by the way. Okay. Now I need to go in, let's say I just want a 1/4 serving. I need to divide all of these by 4. That's kind of laborious. So what Eric and I do is whenever we add a recipe in, we will also add it as a food. And then in parentheses, we'll write C recipe. So for example, say we make a tortilla soup that serves 4. When you add it as a food, you can go and log that tortilla soup as 0.25, which would be a 1/4 of the entire recipe that serves 4. So that's a really good hack if you're just making it really kind of more user-friendly for tracking recipes. Also add them in as foods. Try to see if I can find one as an example that Eric has done. So here's one. See where it says chicken tortilla soup, 9/22. That's the date she added this as a recipe, and it says C recipe. So if I was like, oh, that's, I want to learn how to make that, or I'm maybe looking at it in recipes and like, oh, I only want to eat half of this or 1/4 of this. I don't want to do all that math. Then if it's an added food, I can search for it. So that's just kind of a cool hack if your guys are doing that. So now when I go to chicken tortilla soup, continue, see I can do 2. I can manipulate the serving size much easier than if it were just a recipe.